What we need are not simply allies in the normative term. What we need are revolutionaries so willing to burn with us, burn their ties to their caste and their casteist friends and relatives, like Ambedkar burnt the Manusmriti. What after Hathras? It doesn't work like that. We always get asked after every Dalit violence, what after? I'll tell you what happens after. 10 academic research papers, which I know is already being worked on in India and across the global north, led by Savarna researchers as something that would contribute to the discourse. While our people are struggling every day to survive and live and attain justice, fighting with the enormously casteist judicial Indian system, every Dalit woman is experiencing the ripple effect that occurs when a fellow Dalit woman experiences sexual violence. It triggers their own experience and leads to mental breakdowns, which extends to a whole cycle of bodily affect in addition to psychological distress. Will this country compensate for it? Will the upper caste who care so much for mental health compensate for it? Will they compensate for it monetarily and pay for our healthcare instead of merely asking for trigger warnings of Dalit bodies on social media posts? What I want to see is simple: an end to this violence, structural, institutional, societal, political, and cultural. Stop writing about us. Stop talking for us. When events like Hathras happens, people think it's a village, as if such violence does not occur in urban spaces. The gradation of violence is a Savarna tool, honed by the monster of merit. I refuse to acknowledge and apply its lens to our struggle. While I can see the extent of violence committed on my fellow Dalit people, I refuse to quantify it because that's what the Brahminical system wants me to do. A Dalit getting harassed within the job market, getting refused appraisals and promotions, a Dalit having to experience the violence of an appropriator in an academic setting, watching them narrate our lives, a Dalit having to explain to their friends how casteist they are and being made to feel like a horrible person because it's not fair to the friend. A Dalit experiencing the trauma of never experiencing the full spectrum of a relationship and having to hide love due to the nature of caste endogamy. A Dalit feeling immense pressure to perform to a Savarna standard of merit in academics, art, or aesthetics are all violence. And none of this is new, and neither are they our responsibility to explain to Savarnas or to provide solutions. What I expect is that Savarnas can once learn something without having to exploit that learning to receive benefit by that. And I mean, if you learn something from these videos or a series of videos, you don't get to claim expertise to anti-caste politics or write a book about it or a paper about it or give a talk about it. You can, however, speak to your family about it, your friends, your significant others, and that one person in your circle who you know is a Savarna and who's appropriating Dalit narratives. Violence is rarely a one-time occurrence. It is continuous and with respect to caste has been layered for centuries. We only pay attention to rape and other acts of extreme violence while dismissing soft violence. While we know historically with other marginalized communities, soft violence is the greatest enabler of extreme violence. What we need are not simply allies in the normative term. What we need are revolutionaries so willing to burn with us, burn their ties to their caste and their casteist friends and relatives, like Ambedkar burnt the Manusmriti. We don't need burnt bodies of our women. We want burnt notions of caste.